So for our example here, we're actually looking at a data set I've gotten from a previous stats class. And what I asked them is, how many kids do you want to have when you're older? So this is the number of kids people told me they wanted to have. Notice I've got numbers from 0 up to 5. I want to go ahead and put this on a histogram, and because when I look at this, there's not much spread, that is, it doesn't go very high or very low, the numbers are all pretty close together, I'm going to go ahead and count by ones. When I do that then, I'll go ahead and set up a little frequency table, and I'll put my observations on the side, so I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as possible answers. Then I'll go ahead and put the count on the right side. So there were 3 zeros, 3 ones, 4 twos, 7 threes, 3 fours, and 1 5. So once again, I've got my observations over here and the count over here. Now because I'm going to be counting by ones, I don't actually need to bin this. That is, 0 will have its own bar, 1 will have its own bar, 2, and so forth. So what I need to do here is set up my vertical and my horizontal axis. Now with these, I'll mark out my intervals. Because I'm counting by ones, I'm going to go ahead and put 0 here. Then I'll move over to 1, move over to 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now when you draw these by hand, and when you generate them later on using Minitab or even Excel, it's important our axis goes a little bit beyond our last bar so we don't cut anything off accidentally. Next, I need to go ahead and label my vertical axis, and I notice that this goes with count, and my counts run between 1 and 7, so I need to have markers up to 7 on the vertical. Now I've got those, I'm ready to add my bars. Now, I had 3 people who said 0, so I'm going to put a bar at 0 that's 3 tall. Notice that my bar stops midway between 0 and 1. That's because technically I'm including values from negative 0.5 up to 0.5 in this interval. Now, there's no negative 0.5 children, right, or 0.5, so really all this is including is 0, but it's important in a histogram that my bars link up to each other. That is, they butt up against each other. My next bar will be 3 tall, then 4, then 7, then 3, and 1. At this point, our histogram is actually complete. On our horizontal axis there, we have our observations. That is, people told us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 kids. On the vertical axis, we have the count, how many people told us that. So for instance, we can look at the tallest bar here in the center, and this bar right here represents the people who said they wanted 3 kids, and we can tell that according to this, there are 7 people who said that. Now, it turns out that this is just one histogram we could create from the data, though. So in the next video, we'll take the same data set and create a whole different histogram with it.